Welcome to our college briefing show. Today, we've got a mixed bag of news that's as varied as a college cafeteria menu, and just as intriguing. First up, over at the University of California at Berkeley, things got a little heated outside the dean's home. Picture this, a peaceful academic sanctuary turned protest site, with a pro-Palestinian group expressing their dissent loud and clear. The cause of the uproar? A rather unsettling poster and a week full of tension. But here's the twist, despite the controversy, the dean, a staunch free speech advocate, stood by the First Amendment. 9 students ended up in handcuffs before the crowd called it a day. It's a classic tale of free speech and its limits, folks. Switching gears to a brighter note, imagine a world where postnatal depression could be significantly reduced with just a single injection. Sounds like sci-fi, right? But it's real. Researchers from China and the US have discovered that a low-dose version of ketamine might just be the superhero moms need. The catch? Some dizziness and double vision as sidekicks. Still, it's a ray of hope for tackling a condition that's more common than you might think. And then there's the gambling scene down under in New South Wales, Australia, where they're giving cashless gaming a whirl. The idea was to see if ditching cash could change how folks interact with slot machines, affectionately known as pokies. The verdict? Not much change, but it sparked a debate on how to keep gambling fun without the financial hangover. From protests to groundbreaking medical research, and a gamble on gambling, today's stories highlight the fascinating and complex world we live in. Please stay tuned for more detailed coverage on these topics. In recent news, the tranquil academic environment of the University of California at Berkeley was disrupted when a pro-Palestinian group staged a protest at the home of Erwin Chemerinsky, the dean of the university's School of Law. As reported by Bloomberg, this protest was not a spontaneous act of dissent but the culmination of a week filled with tension. A poster depicting Chemerinsky with a bloody knife and fork had been circulating online and across the campus. Given Chemerinsky's Jewish heritage, he interpreted this poster as an act of antisemitism. Despite the distress it caused him, Chemerinsky, a staunch defender of free speech, acknowledged that such expressions, no matter how offensive, are protected under the First Amendment. The protest escalated to the point where 9 students were arrested before the group finally dispersed, leaving a community to ponder the fine line between free expression and targeted harassment. On a different note, an intriguing breakthrough in the field of mental health has emerged from a collaborative study between Chinese and American researchers. The Telegraph brought to light the findings of this research, which suggests that a single ketamine injection could significantly reduce symptoms of postnatal depression. The study, published in the BMJ journal, involved 361 mothers from 5 Chinese hospitals who exhibited depressive symptoms during pregnancy. Remarkably, only 6.7% of the mothers who received esketamine, a low-dose version of ketamine, experienced a major depressive episode, compared to 25.4% of those who were given a placebo. However, this promising treatment is not without its drawbacks, as some participants reported side effects including dizziness and double vision. This discovery opens up new avenues for treating postnatal depression, offering a glimmer of hope to those struggling with this condition. Meanwhile, the world of gambling and its regulation has been under scrutiny in New South Wales, Australia. The Australian Broadcasting Corporation reported on a cashless gaming trial conducted in Newcastle, which aimed to explore the impact of cashless technology on gambling behavior. Participants in the trial could transfer money from their smartphones directly to gaming machines, a feature that was anticipated to influence gambling habits. Surprisingly, the trial concluded that this technology made little difference to how individuals engaged with pokies, the Australian term for slot machines. Some evidence even suggested that players reduced their daily gambling expenditure. Despite these findings, advocates for gambling reform have criticized the trial for not doing enough to mitigate gambling harm. They argue for the implementation of mandatory cashless cards and additional features to reduce the negative impacts of gambling. This trial was just one of 2 overseen by Liquor and Gaming New South Wales, with a larger trial involving 4,500 machines across 28 venues currently underway. Each of these stories, from the unsettling protest at UC Berkeley to the innovative treatment for postnatal depression and the debate over cashless gambling in Australia, highlights the complexity of navigating societal challenges. Whether it's defending the principles of free speech, exploring new medical treatments, or seeking to minimize the harms of gambling, these narratives underscore the ongoing efforts to balance individual freedoms with the collective well-being. Meanwhile, on the global tech stage, Apple found itself at the center of a controversy that highlights the complex interplay between technology, politics, and social issues. The Australian Broadcasting Corporation revealed that an unexpected prompt displaying a Palestinian flag emoji after typing Jerusalem on some iPhones was identified by Apple as a bug following the iOS 17.4.1 software update. This incident ignited a firestorm of debate around the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, with speculations about whether this was a deliberate act by Apple employees expressing their discontent with the company's stance on the conflict. However, a Melbourne University computing lecturer suggested a more technical perspective, attributing the emoji prompt to an unintended consequence of efforts to enhance predictive text algorithms. This incident underscores the sensitivity and potential repercussions of technological features, even those that might initially seem insignificant, in today's politically charged environment. In the realm of college sports, the College Football Inquirer podcast delved into several intriguing topics that shed light on the dynamics of college football and basketball. Yahoo US highlighted discussions around the tension between Chip Gaines and the Baylor community against Kentucky fans over Baylor men's basketball head coach Scott Drew. The podcast also explored the speculative idea of a college football super league, which, despite its intriguing premise, was deemed unlikely to materialize due to the advancement of the college football playoff's new media rights deal. Furthermore, the episode touched upon Colorado head coach Deion Sanders' approach to recruiting and roster management, illustrating the strategic and often complex nature of building a competitive college sports team. The podcast wrapped up with a lighter, albeit peculiar, story about a man's audacious theft of guacamole from a Chipotle in Michigan, serving as a humorous reminder of the unexpected stories that often emerge from the world of sports. Each of these stories, from the proactive career planning at Licking Heights High School to the technological mishap at Apple and the strategic maneuvers in college sports, reflects the diverse and interconnected nature of our modern world. Whether it's preparing students for their future careers, navigating the unintended consequences of technological advancements, or understanding the complexities of sports management and fandom, these narratives offer a glimpse into the challenges and opportunities that define our times. They remind us that, in every sector of society, there are lessons to be learned, controversies to navigate, and, occasionally, a bit of humor to be found amidst the chaos. In the ever-evolving landscape of education and technology, students, parents, and governments are faced with decisions that could significantly impact the future. Bloomberg's analysis brings to light an intriguing aspect of higher education, revealing that when considering college as an investment, the return on investment, ROI, is a crucial factor. The common dilemma between choosing prestigious private universities and more affordable public options is highlighted, with findings suggesting that the allure of Ivy League schools, while promising a high ROI, is not the only path to financial success. Public universities emerge as strong contenders, offering similar ROIs at a fraction of the cost. This insight challenges the conventional wisdom that prestige always pays off, suggesting that students should weigh their options carefully, considering the long-term financial implications of their choices. Meanwhile, the UK is at the forefront of a significant debate concerning the role of smartphones in the lives of children, as reported by The Telegraph. The government is contemplating a bold move to ban the sale of smartphones to children under the age of 16. This consideration stems from growing concerns about the negative impacts of smartphones on young people's health, education, and development. With a staggering 91% of UK children owning a smartphone by the age of 11, and 41% by the age of 9, the potential ban aims to empower parents to regain control over their children's technology use. This initiative underscores the importance of safeguarding the mental and physical well-being of the younger generation, amidst the pervasive influence of digital devices. The Telegraph also sheds light on another pressing issue facing the education sector in England, the potential closure of schools due to a declining birth rate. The Education Policy Institute's report forecasts a troubling scenario where schools could lose more than £1 billion in funding by 2030, leading to closures and mergers. The projected decrease in pupil numbers from 7.6 million in the 2022-23 academic year to 7.1 million in 2028-29 poses a significant challenge, particularly in London and the northeast of England. This demographic shift calls for policymakers to consider the ramifications of dwindling student populations on the educational landscape, highlighting the need for strategic planning to ensure the sustainability and quality of education in the face of changing societal trends. Together, these articles paint a picture of a world at a crossroads, where decisions made today about education and technology will have far-reaching implications for the future. Whether it's making informed choices about higher education investments, regulating children's access to smartphones, or adapting to demographic shifts in the school-age population, the challenges are complex. However, these discussions also present opportunities for innovation, responsible governance, and thoughtful stewardship of resources, ensuring that the decisions of today pave the way for a brighter, more sustainable tomorrow. In the bustling labs of South Florida, scientists are on a mission to save the ocean's most vulnerable inhabitants. Yahoo US brings us into the world of Kyle Pisano and Kirk Dotson, two researchers who have crafted an ingenious solution to protect infant corals from their most formidable predators, fish. Their creation, dubbed the Coral Fort, is a biodegradable cage fashioned, in part, from drinking straws. This innovative device is giving transplanted coral a fighting chance, with more than a 90% survival rate. The Coral Fort is not just a local project. Pisano and Dotson are aiming high, seeking to collaborate with reef restoration initiatives globally. They've already made strides, with universities in Miami and Hawaii beginning to implement their technology. This story is a testament to human ingenuity and the lengths we will go to preserve the natural world. Meanwhile, in the realm of biomedical science, the Globe and Mail reports on the prestigious 2024 Gairdner Awards. These awards, established in 1957, are Canada's crown jewel in recognizing groundbreaking biomedical research. This year's recipients have been at the forefront of revolutions in cancer treatment, genomics, and global health, showcasing the incredible potential of scientific inquiry to change lives. Each winner is awarded $100,000 and embarks on a speaking tour of Canadian universities, sharing their insights and inspiring the next generation of scientists. The Gairdner Awards underline the importance of perseverance, creativity, and the quest for knowledge in the pursuit of better health outcomes for humanity. Each of these stories, from the depths of the ocean in South Florida to the high-tech labs of Shanghai, showcases the incredible breadth of human curiosity and the relentless pursuit of solutions to some of our world's most pressing challenges. Whether it's safeguarding our planet's biodiversity, advancing medical science, or navigating the complexities of international tech supply chains, these endeavors highlight the power of innovation and collaboration. As we face an uncertain future, these stories offer hope and inspiration, reminding us of what we can achieve when we apply our collective knowledge and resources towards overcoming obstacles and opening new frontiers. In an enchanting tale from the Gold Coast, Australia, a magpie named Molly captured hearts worldwide, illustrating the unique bond between wildlife and humans. Juliet Wells and Rhys Mortensen, a couple who rescued Molly in 2020, found themselves at the center of a social media sensation due to the unlikely friendship between their pet magpie and their Staffordshire Terrier, Peggy. This heartwarming story even led to a book deal, showcasing the extraordinary connection between the two animals. However, the narrative took a twist when Queensland authorities seized Molly, citing the lack of appropriate permits for taking the bird from the wild. Following a wave of public support for the couple, authorities decided to return Molly under specific conditions aimed at ensuring her welfare. The couple agreed not to profit from Molly's image, to undergo wildlife carer training, and to educate the public on native wildlife care, as reported by the Australian Broadcasting Corporation. This story not only highlights the deep bonds that can form between humans and wildlife but also underscores the importance of responsible wildlife care and conservation. Meanwhile, in Hong Kong, Cathay Pacific Airways has faced its share of turbulence, grappling with criticisms over its management and service quality. The South China Morning Post reports that lawmakers have voiced concerns over the airline's chaotic management and slow recovery post-pandemic. The airline's struggles included canceling hundreds of flights and delaying its target for restoring full pre-pandemic capacity due to a manpower shortage. This situation has led to calls for the Hong Kong government to possibly take a stake in the airline to secure the city's status as an aviation hub. Despite these challenges, Cathay Pacific reported its first annual profit in 4 years, signaling a potential turnaround. However, the airline's staffing crunch, particularly the shortage of pilots, remains a pressing issue. The story of Cathay Pacific serves as a reminder of the complex challenges facing the aviation industry in the aftermath of the COVID-19 pandemic and the critical role of effective management in navigating through turbulent times. In a different vein, the Australian Broadcasting Corporation sheds light on a positive development in the medical field, where young doctors are increasingly choosing to kickstart their careers in rural areas. This shift is attributed to the growing opportunities for medical training in regional Australia. UNSW Associate Dean of Rural Health, Tara McKenzie, highlights this cultural change, emphasizing the importance of training doctors in rural settings to address doctor shortages. Since 2017, aspiring doctors in regional New South Wales have had the opportunity to complete their full medical degrees locally, thanks to the establishment of rural medical schools. This initiative not only provides students with valuable clinical experience but also encourages them to serve in communities that are in dire need of medical professionals. The move towards increasing clinical student placements outside major cities is a crucial step in ensuring that remote and rural areas have access to quality healthcare, ultimately contributing to the well-being of these communities. Each of these stories, from Molly the Magpie's journey back home, Cathay Pacific's efforts to regain its footing, to the inspiring trend of young doctors serving in rural areas, highlights the resilience and adaptability of individuals and organizations in the face of challenges. Whether it's navigating the complexities of wildlife care, overcoming operational hurdles in the aviation industry, or addressing healthcare shortages in rural communities, these narratives underscore the importance of commitment, innovation, and community engagement in achieving positive outcomes. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6Do Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6Do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6Do Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6Do Brief via email.